It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at tight end Pat Freiermuth. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Steelers and the Colts, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard, and we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. Johnson now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by a third-year quarterback, 7 wins in each of his first couple of seasons, Kenny Pickett.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing it.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the 1 touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 38. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. It's Connor again. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Big gain, 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Now Pickett. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. He's ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Pickett. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Pickett set to pass. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He fields this at the 18. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Colts will take over. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. On the counter, it's Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to pull this one down and run with it. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Oh, he's going to run for it! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Throwing this back in the end zone. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete. Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Gets it to Paris Campbell. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. First trip to the red zone for the Colts. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And he drives this forward to the 6. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he's able to fight this down to the 2. A solid run, 7 yards on the pickup, and that brings up 3rd and goal. Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
4th down's going to bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board. While that doesn't net a 1st down, you get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. They go play action here. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once, and especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And he's all the way to the 5 before going out of bounds. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end of the 1st. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. It's Steelers ball as we return for the 2nd, and they have to be thinking points here. Pickett will look to throw. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Sends a return, Nyheim Hines. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First down throw here from Richardson. This one taken in by Granson. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He completes it in traffic. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit. Great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Into the hands of Campbell. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down carry for Connor. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Julian Blackman. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Pickett. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Throwing from the gun here. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Here's Cameron Johnston to punt it away once more. Hines on for the return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That one's complete, right side. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Harris gets it on the draw. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Tossing this out to Connor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4. They bring the tight end in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Here's Richardson. Over to Pittman on the sideline. Caught. And he goes out of bounds, just short of the 35. Mike Tomlin never afraid to tell the officials how he feels, and he's got the challenge flag out. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So the challenge ends up successful. He, in fact, did not get both feet in. This is incomplete. Campbell hauls it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And it's going to be 2nd down. Pickett to throw. That pass is caught by Smith-Schuster. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. No one around. He's got space. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Throwing now off play action. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch. I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw, Pickett. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Hines. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Colts ready to take the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Option give to Taylor. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd down carry for Taylor. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That stop made by T.J. Watt. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Colts looking down a very long field. Richardson on 3rd. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Now here's Pickett. Claypool hauls it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Pickett set to pass. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So 2nd down coming up. Throwing it again here. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Now Pickett. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
First down throw here from Richardson. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Looking to throw. Pittman's got it.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That brings us to the break. The Steelers taking a lead into the visiting locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Taysom Hill, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomb.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Hines. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Indianapolis getting its offense out there to start off this second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. On target to Downs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Short side option here. He's running left. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. All right, here we go. Second down. Play action with Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Colts. From the gun, Taylor. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Taylor now up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after an all right game. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Right back to the option we go. Heading left on this one. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
He's throwing for it, and he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. Down 2, they went for the tie right there, partner, but a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the 4th quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. 3rd quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 31. He's on the move. He's keeping it again. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 48. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Rodney Thomas. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. To throw his Pickett. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Has it at the 7. And this is down all the way to the 3. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Connor. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line.
And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers push their lead further to start the half. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers push the lead to 2 scores now. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Hines. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Drive starts with an option, right side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made by the special teams ace, Miles Killebrew. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That quarterback clock, it is so important to play in the position and playing it efficiently. You got to know, you got to have that clock in your head because that's enough time in this league to get rid of the ball. That's a lesson this QB's got to learn.
The Colts are ready for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And that is where they'll start the next drive. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Play made by E.J. Speed. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Pickett will look to throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
A give right side to Connor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Pickett. Running it off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, okay? Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. 3rd and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
The Steelers set to punt it. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, there's such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He'll try. Oh, he lost the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. To throw, Richardson. That's complete to Pittman. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Richardson back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Throwing now, Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now Richardson to throw. Completed to his running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 21. Into traffic, complete. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll throw again. Richardson on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. Their lead cut down inside a field goal, so points imperative here to get some breathing room. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. It's Connor again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? It did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. To throw, Pickett. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Colts ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. 1st down throw here from Richardson. Into the hands of Campbell. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Pittman's got it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Never eat shredded wheat. North, east, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he calls for the fair catch and is there to collect it. No return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over deep on their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now here's Pickett. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Connor on the inside give. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Right back to Connor. Hits a seam at the 40. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Now Pickett. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Colts pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The Colts offense set to head out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On first down, it's Richardson. Campbell hauls it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. And the defender comes away with it. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. This ball's caught by Pickens. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. 1 play in, and already they're close to midfield. They send him left out of the slot. Gets it running the sweep. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Steelers up by just a couple of points. 2nd down now, 7 to go. On the give, this is Connor. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And oh, just a hair too much on that kick. The punt lands in the end zone. This one's coming out to the 20. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Here he is to throw. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Escapes the pocket. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here he is to throw. He finds Woods. And that will not be enough for a first down. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Pass complete to Campbell. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The Steelers' offense headed out. And that 2-point lead, it's still right there on the scoreboard, Brock, after their defense got off the field clean.
And now, Kate, this offensive goal is to make sure that clock expires with that lead still in hand and them holding the ball. You absolutely do not want to give this ball back, knowing the other side still just needs a field goal.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Indy.